Hey y'all, so as of 2 days ago, the media embargo has been lifted on the Shadowbringers information that was given out at the NA Media Tour, and there is a lot. There's a lot of information. There's a lot to cover. But first, before we get into our subject for today, I want to thank Mizzteq from MTQCapture for giving me permission to use the footage that you got at the NA Media Tour. Thank you so much. I appreciate it immensely. I will drop a link to her channel in the description box for this video. Definitely hop on over there, give her a sub, share with her my gratitude for her allowing me to use the footage so I can make these videos. Thank you again, Ms. Okay, so obviously there's all kinds of information about like battle changes and job changes and like the zones and the dungeons and blah 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 blah. There's a lot of really cool things that I want to get into, but not yet. The first thing that I have to admit I'm most excited about right off the bat, the thing that's got my attention, it's got my proverbial ears perked, is the emotes previews. So I really want to talk about the Viera emotes and also the Hrothgar emotes. So before I show the emotes that Ms. recorded, I want to first say what were my concerns, what were my worries before I saw this. I was very concerned that the emotes would be just very reserved, very shy, very modest, like, you know, like kind of like this anime stereotype. You know what I'm talking about, where there's like the girl who's like, you know, it's like, oh. Based on what I had seen in the Viera reveal trailer, they seemed a little bit more reserved. And so I wasn't quite sure. I was a little bit not sure because I play Miqo'te, and if you play Miqo'te, you know Miqo'te have very like expressive emotes, and it's like you've got the tail going up, and like there's like a lot of, they're very almost cartoony in how expressive they are, and that's very different from a race like Al-Ra, for example. Al-Ra tend to have much more reserved emotes. That's the reason that I don't really play Al-Ra. So I was like, okay, is this going to be more towards the Al-Ra area of emotes, or is this going to be more like Miqo'te? Not sure. So let's see, and we'll talk about them now. So let me open it. Okay. Are we going to talk about every single emote here? Maybe. I'm not sure. So that's the bow. And first thing, my first criticism right away, if we're gonna be difficult about this, is you'll notice that the ears don't really move. And this is a thing that bugs me, but I'll get it bugs. Anyway, it kind of gives me the feeling like it's like a cosplay ears. You know, I feel like the Miqo'te ears move a fair bit, but I understand why that would be very difficult to implement. So I'm not too bothered about it, but it's just something I wanted to say right away. Like that was the first thought that I had. When you see all the emotes in succession, you get a feel for the vibe they're going for. They are more reserved than Miqo'te emotes, but not in a shy way. She exudes power and poise, and to me, it's very regal in the way that it is reserved. It's like the way that a princess is supposed to act. I really love the stomping the foot emote. That's fantastic. It's like, I won't stand for this. And she also like tilts her head a little bit as she does it. Like, why are you like this? God, so good. The dance is sort of a windmill type move or a helicopter. Panic is not really freaking out. It's more like alert. Disappointed is great. Again, an emote that I wish that we had some ear physics on it, but the doubt emote really feels like a parent. That's like my mom yelling at me gesture. The slap is the same as Miqo'te. Pose is obviously the best pose in the game because side butt. For Sue, that she puts one hand on her hip, it kind of gives this impression of like, look, this is nowhere near a big a deal as you think it is. The comfort is more like a back slap. I'm wondering if you do this to a Lala, like if you have to kneel down and do comfort to a Lala, is that gonna be an actual butt slap? We will see. I love how for the blow kiss, she gets her hand ready and then she waits a second and then she very deliberately blows it in your direction. It's almost like she's casting a spell. Like it's bunny kiss love magic. Very princessy type clap. This is going to sound really personal, but it's relevant, I swear. I swear. So as some of you may know, I'm from the American South and my mom had me go to etiquette classes, which we called cotillion classes, whenever I was a young lady. And in these classes, they actually taught me what is the proper way to clap. What is the way that a lady should clap? I know that sounds super ridiculous, but check it out. I Googled it and I found an article that confirms like what I had been told. So I just want to read it right here. This is from an etiquette website. It says, while clapping hands comes naturally to nearly everyone, there's a method to get the best bang for your applause. Hold your non-dominant hand at chest level, palm facing inward at a 45-degree angle and slightly cupped. Move your dominant hand to strike your other hand in the palm with 4 fingers as illustrated here. Okay, so this is the proper way to clap if you have any class. Let's look at this clap and see if it follows the rules of etiquette, as it should. Yes. Yes, it does. She is, of course, holding her non-dominant hand chest level, palm facing inward at a 45-degree angle, slightly cupped. And then you move your dominant hand to strike the other hand. Yes, just like that. Amazing. Amazing. But at the same time, not afraid to show real enthusiasm when you deserve it, right? For the cry, you may notice she looks away. No one can see her cry, right? She's just too strong. And she sheds a single tear, and she's back to business. For the fume emote, she's got all of her rage in that fist, and she's holding herself back from a punch. I love the hut emote. It's like it reminds me of that meme. Oh, what would it cost? What could it cost, Michael? $10? This is a hut of someone who just doesn't understand what life is like for us mortals. Like, can't you just get your butler to do it? Oh yeah, check the butt first for examine self. And this is my favorite part. She checks the nails. That is such a diva move. I think that was one of the idle animations. Like stretching the foot a little bit. I bet. Damn, like she's not wearing the heels right now. But like running around the jungle in these heels all the time, like she's probably gotta stay limber. Stretch out those legs, girl. Okay, so overall, I am absolutely blown away by these emotes. I'm very excited about them. In spite of them being more reserved than the Mikote emotes, they definitely portray a different kind of attitude. And traditionally, Viera have been more stoic. They do have this refinement, this elegance about them. I'm absolutely in love with these emotes. I can't imagine them being better. Actually, I can. The only change that I would make would be adding ear physics, but that's kind of unreasonable, I feel, to ask. I'm very happy with the way that they are now. Okay, so now that we've talked about the Viera emotes, which are A++++, great. I want to talk about the Hrothgar ones. As y'all know from my video about Hrothgar, I've been a big fan of Hrothgar. Oh gosh, okay, so Welcome is one of my favorites from them, and I'm going to try to find a clip to explain why. Okay, so I just spent like 20 minutes trying to find the part in the Beauty and the Beast when the Beast invites Belle into the library for the first time, because I was like pretty sure that this welcome emote was the one that he did, but it's not. But it doesn't matter because that was the vibe I got from it. It's a beastly welcome is the point. Well, I guess this was a little more rude than the way that the Beast was. This one is more like, well, get in there. Go look at it. The Neil is like, he's ready to sprint. He's ready to get up and start running any second. I mean, actually, he goes down on one knee. So this is like a proposal emote. That's very cute. The chuckle reminds me a little bit of the Pandaren laugh from World of Warcraft. They feel like from the joy from so many of the emotes, like I get this vibe from them, like they're filled with energy. This is one of my favorite ones too. This was Blush. He's so embarrassed. It's so cute. He's like, oh no, please stop. I love it. Did I talk about the Viera blush? I'm not sure if I did. It's like, could you not? It's like, just stop. Stop doing what you're doing. I don't need you to tell me I'm beautiful, okay? He's got to be careful putting his face in his hands like that with a horn on his forehead. He is psyched all the time. Look, if that doesn't get you pumped up, I don't know what will. So, okay, the dance. Let's talk about the dance. Obviously, the dance is very similar to the Sundrop dance, which, by the way, if Viera does it, it's called the Bund drop dance, but that's besides the point. This dance is inspired by the traditional Maori haka, which is the war dance of the Aboriginal people of New Zealand. Weirdly appropriate subtitles. Man, it's like a Wolverine rage. Just clawing at you. You do not want to be in the way of a furious Hrothgar. If a Hrothgar gets angry, would you say that he's fangry? I don't know how they managed to be like simultaneously really cute in some of their emotes and then just terrifying in some of the other ones. The disappointment. Oh, it's like, how could you do this to me? It's so melodramatic. Oh man. It's really like his world is ending. It's so over the top. I love it. I love how the shocked is like, you caught him doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. You know? Classic cat type behavior. The thinking emote is great too, because he's like scratching his beard. The doze emote really shows off the absolutely fantastic voice acting they had done for the player character Hrothgar's. I'll let it play kind of louder. That's so good. I wonder if every voice option sounds the same as that one, because that one had like growls in it. It had like snarls in it. It had snoozes in it. That was top tier voice acting. This is the most convincing me emote that I've seen, because usually when you use the me emote in a cutscene, it's your character telling the NPC, "Oh, I can handle it," right? But for some races, the me is just like, "You doing this? Like this is me, Zeppla." It's not like inspiring any confidence in the way that the Hrothgar one does. This one's like, "I got you, fam." The converse got cut off a little bit, which is a shame. Giant wave. Nice full belly laugh there. Kind of reminiscent of Rogadin. The comfort emote is one of my favorites too, because of the facial expression. It's like hand on your shoulder and then this sympathetic look of understanding. This is a very theatrical blow kiss, I have to say. Like, he got into it. He not only blows the kiss, but he's like hunkered down. He's like squatting. He's in position. He actually kisses the tip of his two fingers and then blows that away. I mean, I guess that kind of makes more sense than just blowing air. But oh, careful with that one. Careful with that upset. I feel like that was probably a time for the animators to make sure they don't clip the horn. I do like this sulk emote. Sometimes the sulk gives us like very teenage angst feeling, but he's just mad and wants to punch something. It's like he's trying to kick something. Oh man, that's adorable. It's like, this is a double emote because it's not just questioning. It's also like, look, I have no idea. It's such an exasperation. The grovel, not as formal as the Viera's, but still respectful, which would be in line with their lore, of course. Maybe it's just the outfit that he's wearing, but to me, the exam self looks like it's like he forgot something in his pockets. It's like, oh no, it's not on me. No idea. Overall, 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10, absolutely amazing. It's hard to say that like Hrothgar emotes are better than Viera. I don't think that. I don't think Viera emotes are better than Hrothgar because they've been clearly very carefully designed with a very specific like personality in mind. Hrothgar have this like, they're a little melodramatic. They are full of energy. They have like so much power and passion, and it seems like they're ready to go at any second. Viera, of course, being very poised, being very elegant. Obviously, I'll be playing Viera. Obviously. If you want to show me your Viera or Hrothgar, I would love to see it. I have a channel in my Discord where you can put a screenshots of your Viera or Hrothgar. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. But man, it's like just when I think I can't get more hyped for Shadowbringers, there's another media tour video to watch and get excited about. So yeah. Thanks again to Mizzteq for allowing me to use your footage of these emotes. I'm so grateful to you, and I'm very, 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 very excited. I'm very excited. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.